Remembering the flashlight in your pocket, you take it and move it closer to shine where the triangle of the picture appeared. At first you don't see anything at all. Then a small detail catches your eye. It's a series of 3 tiny depressions in the wall, each about the size of a penny, and about as deep. You stare at them for a moment, and a sense of familiar frustration comes over you. You fight the urge to grit your teeth. "Evelyn, take a look at this. Have anything that will fit?" "Nah, ain't seen anything like that. Could be anything." You've had about enough of this room. It had a monster in it. Now it looks like it has another one of those stupid secret doors like the one from the hotel. Well, at least you have a weapon again. You shake your head, frustrated, and head back out in the hallway with Evelyn. It's the same as before. There's one more door you haven't tried before the archway. As you stand in thought, you believe you hear music coming from somewhere. It's very faint. That sounds like an organ? Maybe? The music is enticing, if unfamiliar. You want to know where it's coming from, even though you suspect that once you find out, you'll wish you hadn't. However, you're having trouble pinpointing a source for the sound. You ask Evelyn about it, but he's having the same problem. You suspect the music may be coming from the one nearby door you haven't acquainted yourselves with yet. You put your ear up against the door. You still hear the music, but is it any louder? You can't tell. You check the knob. You think the door will open, if you want it to. You make a motion for Evelyn to ready his gun, but he's way ahead of you. You heft your wrench with one hand and put the other on the knob. With a deep breath, you throw the door open and ready yourself for anything. When no attack comes, you peer cautiously into the room. It's something fucked up. The walls are lined with porcelain saints and alcoves. They look onto a grisly scene. You have come upon what looks to be like the remains of some putrid ritual. There is no way you are touching that dead, disgusting thing with your bare hands. You take your wrench and sort of bat and pry the note out of its mouth. It takes a bit of effort, but it is much better than having to get near those shriveled lips. Unfortunately, you still have to pick up the note with your hand. It's nasty, and barely legible too. You have to squint, but you think you can make it out. Remove these 4 pillars of hope and open the way from heaven into darkness. The hope for desperate 1028. The hope for the impossible 522. The hope of the insane 515. The hope of the condemned 325. Oh, great. What the hell does that mean? You hand Evelyn the note absently and step around the ring of candles to examine the saints. You don't think you've ever seen so many different ones in one place before. You pick up one out of an alcove and wince a little as you hear a soft clicking noise. You're on high alert for a moment, but no monsters pop out, and nothing else bad seems to happen as a result. You examine the small statue. It's made of porcelain, was probably hand-painted. On the bottom, there's a small label. It reads, Saint Hedwig, October 16th. That must be her saint day. You can't remember anything else about the life of this particular saint. You say a quick prayer and cross yourself before you turn your attention to the rows of saints. Then inspiration hits you. St. Jude, patron of desperate causes. You think you get what the message wants you to do. You scan the rows until you find Jude. Sure enough, the saint day marked on it is October 20th. With a smile, you hand the figure to Evelyn, who gives you a look, and you rack your brain for the other 2. Let's see, Saint Rita for the impossible, Saint Dymphia for the insane. Each of the saints click to you as you take them off the shelf and hand them to increasingly skeptical Evelyn. But who's the last saint? Saint Nicholas? You take him off the shelf, but nothing happens when you pick him up. And his saint day doesn't match the note. You pull a random saint down from the top shelf and turn it over, barely registering the click noise. You turn it over. St. Dismas, March 25th? Well, the date is right, but who the fuck is St. Dismas? Is that even a real saint? And if the date's right, why is nothing? The floor starts to shake. It startles Evelyn just as badly as it does you.